Hey, how's it going? Look, I know this show literally just started, and let's be honest, it's probably going to be terrible, but still, we'd sure as shit appreciate it if you hit the thumbs up button so YouTube's algorithm exposes this nonsense to even more poor souls. Thanks. Enjoy the show.
And now, coming to you live from the tri-state area and San Francisco, California, it's the best part of Wednesday, Waffle Box, with your hosts, Mike Fish and Kush Hayes.
Welcome to Waffle Box, the podcast where we talk about anything, everything, and nothing all at the same time. Coming up on episode 93, those snakes, they're back on the damn plane. Robots finally admitted their master plan to take over the human race. Super Mario is back on the big screen and much, much more. I am Mike Fish and I am joined as always by the main man from San Fran. It's Mr. Kush. Hey, Kush, how you doing, buddy?
What's good, y'all? Kush Hayes here. Episode 93 of the Waffle Box Podcast. The original Waffle Box. You accept no substitutes because it is the best part of Wednesdays and you're not a cunt. Mike Fish, I'm having one hell of a week here. I've had a hell of a weekend and I'm looking forward to talking about it with you. My man, how was your weekend? How was your Easter? Very big Easter for you these days, isn't it?
Is it? Why, what have you heard?
I heard this big buffet down at the Moonstar restaurant, maybe, that you and the wife you have to go to with all the family? No? Maybe not. No. Okay.
Oh, that's actually pretty true. Everyone's doing it because everyone's coupled off now. So this seemed to be the time when it's like, oh no, I'm going to my other half's family and blah 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 blah. So it's just kind of like just me, the wife, and the mother and father-in-law and the dogs just chilling out, having some Italian food. It's a pretty low key Easter. Of course, I kept the tradition. I was the only one drinking in the room. Yeah, I'm not gonna go. Whenever I hear we're going to my parents' house, all I hear is, "Oh, that's a BYOB place." I love those places; they're my favorite. So I go with my cooler backpack full of Heinekens. I'm ready for the night. How was yours?
My Easter I spent with the Kansas City Royals and the San Francisco Giants. The Giants just sneaking a victory away from the Royals that day. They didn't win the series, but we got them anyways, and I was working the entire weekend, which was the home opening series. So it was a good time, dude. I get paid to watch baseball. Like there are other guys doing shit around the clock and tightening things and all during the entire broadcast. My job is I get an interview with the visiting manager. I do some crowd shots with the camera guy. Hey, go Royals. Hey, and then I watch the game, and then I do an interview at the end of the show, and that's my day. It's not even a 10-hour day. The new rules for baseball, Mike Fish.
Oh, with the pitch clock? Oh. I bet you're loving that.
Loving the whole thing. Each day got shorter. Each day got shorter, Mike Fish. The Giants didn't win every day, but each day got shorter. I was like, the home opener should have been 4.5 hours long, dude, and we were done under 2:30. I was just like,
I saw something. I can't remember which game it was, but there was one game recently. It was less than 2 hours. I was like, oh god damn.
I don't think that was one of ours, but yeah, it's wonderful. Wonderful. Yeah.
Yeah, not to get too much into sports, but that was my big thing. Baseball, my god, it's just too slow and it takes too long. So yeah. I've actually watched a couple of games this season already. It's revolutionary.
I was having the problem before the new rules where last season, sometimes my call time is too early for the bus. Sometimes we get out later than the bus rolls. So again, I'm I love my home team, but come on guys, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Someone's got to win, someone's got to lose, but we got to do it now. Daddy's got a bus to catch. All right, ooh. Don't have to worry about that anymore. I mean, at least most nights now. Also, the Warriors are going to the playoffs. Hooray!
Who are they?
The Golden State Warriors.
Oh, basketball. Oh, we're talking about different sport now. Mm-hmm. Good. I'm happy for you because that means you get More cha-ching.
Knock on wood. Knock on wood.
And I heard the Brooklyn Nets are also in the playoffs, so that's good.
Oh, well, that's exciting.
The Devils, that's what I do pay attention to. The Devils are in the playoffs, looking like they're going to play the New York Rangers in the first round, which should be interesting.
Oh, that's probably going to be a hard game. Like, I don't know hockey, but I hear the Rangers are pretty good.
Well, I mean, as of now, as of recording this, with 2 games to go in the season, I think that the difference between the Devils and the Rangers is like 2 points. We're ahead of the Rangers by 2 points. So it's for the whole course of the season, it's been very close. So yeah, I think best of 7, I think, in hockey in the playoffs. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. But hopefully we hang on to where we're at, so we at least get home advantage. I heard that's good there.
I mean, hockey should be just an East Coast sport, or at least anywhere but California. I still don't understand why California, no snow, no winter, having California has 3 hockey teams. I don't understand that. So I didn't grow up playing hockey in the streets. I've thrown a football around. I've definitely played baseball. Shit, man, I've kicked a football or a little. I've done a little footy in my day, even.
Ooh.
But we don't have hockey as a casual thing. Like, you probably got to go to like an actual ice rink, which in the Bay Area is probably like somewhere an hour's drive south. Like.
Yeah, like we actually get natural ice rinks. We get like, oh, the river's frozen over again. Let's play hockey. Whereas you just like, oh, it's 100 degrees again. Let's live our lives. But there you go. Look at that. Sports talk here on Waffle Box. We're loving it. Waffle
Box Sports.
Well, I'm winning. Kush is winning. Lathan, producer Lathan.
What up, Lathan?
How's your life going?
I'm doing pretty well, actually, fellas. I got today's Wordle puzzle on the first try, so I think I'm just going to coast on that success for the next few weeks.
All right. Boom. Small victories. Good for you. I don't play the Wordle, but I don't think I would have done better than that.
Wordle, that's become. You can tell I'm like late 30s going on to my 40s when my morning routine is like I wake up, have a cigarette, and then do me Wordle just to wake up the brain.
Are you on the pot when you're doing the Wordle?
No, I have to. I have to do it on the desktop because I logged in, and so it saves my score, but I can't remember what my login is to do it on my phone. And I know I can work it out, but that's just too much effort for me. Fuck it.
You can't. Yeah, I understand. Yo soy comprende.
Yeah,
Senor Fish.
But I think. Let me see where I'm at right now. Let me look at my stats. Oh, there's a new word. I haven't done today's. Oh my god, I haven't done today's Wordle.
Oh,
no spoilers,
live Wordle.
Shall we do a live Wordle?
God damn right, we should do a live Wordle.
Okay, so right.
This is my first Wordle.
So this is like, all right. So now we have to kind of do the behind the scenes thing, because if someone's listening to this on Wednesday, they're gonna be like, "That's not today's Wordle." So we are recording this on Monday. So spoiler, there you go.
So is it Wordle across the universe? Everyone gets the same, has to figure out the same thing?
I believe so.
Okay.
Right, so 5-letter word. All right, 5-letter word.
5 letters with you. 5 letters.
So you normally want to try to get some A's and E's in there because they're common. So
doesn't give you a hint or anything or a subject.
No, so you basically create your own hints, but it will tell you which letter you got in the right position. It's green, and then yellow means, hey, that letter is in this word, but you got it in the wrong spot, and then you kind of have to work it out from there. All right, so I'm gonna go for you get 6. So I'm gonna go because I'd like to put an A and an E in the word first, just to.
All right.
So I'm going to go for plane, Plane. And there's an okay. So the N and the E are there, but they're not in that position. Okay, so there's no A's, right? So I really wish we hadn't done this.
No green boxes is what you're saying.
There's no green.
So it's yellow boxes.
So I've got black box, yellow box with an N, yellow box with an E. This is going to be great.
That doesn't mean that those letters are in that position.
So the yellow letters mean those letters are in the word, but not in that position.
Copy that.
So I'm going to start the word with any. I'm going to start with NE.
I'd put the E second.
Yep. And then
Probably third. The end third.
Well, what are we going to put in first? This is going to be great content. We're going to be here for an hour just doing the Wordle.
Gentle. Gent. No, 2 letters. Too many letters. Too many letters, Kush.
Oh, God, we might have to come back to this.
Yeah, we might have to come back to this.
Anyway, that was great stuff. But yeah, just to look at myself, I played 189 games. I got 86% win percentage, baby. Max streak 18 days. I don't fuck around.
All right.
Anyway, that was great content. Right, before we finish the Wordle.
Sorry about that, sir.
Shall we? Yeah, no, I figured it'd be quicker now.
The power of Wordle.
Thinking too much. Let's head into this week's top stories.
It's now time for this week's top stories.
Now, I feel that we've mentioned these kinds of stories several times, but they do hit me at my core every single time, so I feel like I do have to mention them. Basically, snakes turning up in places where they shouldn't be. Now, we've all seen good old Samuel L. Jackson being upset when he's on a plane.
Father snakes on this Monday through Friday plane.
Indeed. Imagine this, right? So this is in South Africa, which sure snake. They have snakes. I don't know. In my brain, snakes only exist in Australia. That's my brain. But they're in South Africa. So a pilot.
No snakes in the garden snake.
Oh yeah, we just actually saw a dead garden snake the other day, and it was like literally like frozen in time. It wasn't like an animal had got to it. It looked like it was just slithering along, and then was like, oh, and it just died, and it was just like frozen mid sliver. It was very bizarre. It caught me off guard. My dog didn't give a shit. He just walked up to it, sniffed it, pissed on it. But good
dog. Good dog.
But this pilot in South Africa had to make an emergency landing after finding a highly venomous cobra hiding under his seat. Imagine, so I don't know what's more scary in this situation. Being the pilot when you find the snake under your seat, or being a passenger in the plane when the pilot finds a snake under his seat.
Well, I can't even imagine the pilot would address that, or be upfront about that. Like, ladies and gentlemen, I currently have a venomous snake. A venomous snake is currently under your pilot's chair. I can't imagine he's doing all that. I have a hard time believing. I'm guessing the plane doesn't have an autopilot function, because I would flick that on, and then I would dance around the cockpit like a little girl freaking out about a mouse. Like, oh my God, snake! Oh my God, snake! No,
so from what I understand in the story, this is a small plane. Like, as in, say, it's him, and there's maybe like 5 other people in the plane. That's that kind of small thing.
Oh, so the folks are literally just right there.
Yeah.
Oh.
So there was no hiding him freaking out about this shit. But
So yeah, the passenger's also like, well, the snake might come back here too. Jesus Christ, like, what do I do here?
Like, I'm gonna get to this point in the story. However, when that is the start of the story, pilot finds snake under his chair. Further into this article, it says, and I quote, "Here's when the tale took another turn. What the fuck? What is going to happen?" Anyway, so Rudolph Erasmus alerted his 4 passengers of the stowaway reptile after he felt, quote, something cold slide across his lower back. Oh, fuck. Looking down, he saw the head of a Cape Cobra, also known as a yellow cobra, receding back under his seat. Fuck that. Cape cobras are one of Africa's most dangerous cobra species because of the potency of their venom. One bite can kill someone in just 30 minutes. And in the most understated quote, he says, There was a moment of stunned silence. Yeah, I bet there was. Except
Yes,
the
sir.
only silence just broken by that that noise of like when you stretch the balloon and start to release it. That
Sure.
he was
Okay,
definitely
yeah.
crapping himself.
So, and who would blame him? Who would blame
indeed.
him?
So with the snake curled up by his feet, the pilot called air traffic control and asked permission for an emergency landing in the town Welcome, Central South Africa, which was about another 10 to 15 minutes away. So we had to fly this plane another 10 to 15 minutes with this snake coiled around his feet. Luckily, emergency responders and a snake handler were on site to meet the plane and the visibly shaken passengers when it landed. And then here it comes. But it was here when the tale took another turn. So, snake handler Johan de Kluk and a team of aviation engineers searched the plane for almost 2 days, but still couldn't find the snake.
What?
But due to the engineering company Mr. Erasmus works for, they needed the plane back, right? So he was forced.
How big is this?
So I guess it's a tiny plane, but so he was forced to fly the 90-minute journey back with the possibility, even though at this point, I mean, if they've searched this plane for 2 days and they can't find the plane at the snake, I'm assuming the snake has vanished somewhere,
Departed
somewhere.
Yeah.
However,
transferred to another plane.
If you've flown this plane with this snake around your ankles and they can't find the snake, again, rationally, you're thinking that snake's gone. But there's even that 1% that snake's hiding somewhere still. And they had to fly 90 minutes back. He said, I quote, "I would say I was on high alert," he said, having worn a thick winter jacket, wrapped a blanket around his seat, and had a fire extinguisher, insect repellent, and a golf club within arm's reach the entire flight back. The plane has now been stripped with still no sign of the deadly snake. He said, "I hope it finds somewhere to go, just not my aircraft." Fuck that.
If I was literally anyone in that story, I would have burned that plane to the ground and changed my name to Mike Honcho to avoid any legal ramifications.
I agree with Lathan, though. Fire.
Yeah, I would have quit. No, yeah, we need that plane back. Fuck, you can come and get it then. I'm walking.
Yeah, you can come get the plane. I will wait for the next plane. You can come get this one.
Uber.
So I was in a car accident once upon a time. It was like one of those things where it hadn't rained in 3 years in San Francisco, but then it did rain, and just I was in the first 20 minutes of it, which is like the worst time to be on the freeway. So it was a 15-car pilot. It was a whole thing. Thankfully, there was no one in my wreck was injured. Car was totaled, etc., etc. But yeah, once the rain had subsided and I could drive back to work again, they gave me a rent-a-car thanks to the insurance people at AAA. But yeah, I drove by that spot a few times and got some PTSD going. So yes, I think the first couple times he'd be worried about flying that plane back or even forth. But then eventually you just get used to it again. You're just driving the car. It's not going to happen. It's unlikely there's going to be a snake in my cockpit, and it's unlikely I'm going to be in a 15-car pileup anytime soon. And I haven't been. Thank you.
Yeah, screw that. Sorry. That plane.
You're no more flights for Mike Fish?
I'll
never fly another plane again.
I would tear up my pilot's license
from now on.
I'll be like, nah, I'm done. I'm good for that.
I'm going to be a locomotive conductor.
Boop, boop. So yeah, see, if your vehicle is on the ground at least, like if you're driving and you find a snake in a car, brake, exit, out, boom.
Definitely set the car on fire.
Just burn everything.
Put a flare in the gas tank. Yeah, put a flare in the gas tank and walk away. Do it cool like Wolverine does.
Cool guys walk away from explosions.
Yeah, man.
It's a great Lonely Island song. Check it out. Although, should I say the MTV VMAs one year? Great song. Andy Samberg and Will Ferrell. Cool guys don't look at explosions. They don't know when they walk away. Etc. Etc. Anyway, Will Ferrell plays Neil Diamond. It's hilarious. Anyway, next story. You know, we've often discussed stories about, you know, the potential for robots taking over the world, right? Where we've seen like little glimpses of.
We're closer than ever to it too now.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of things where we're kind of like, they need to stop that because the next step is when robots take over. But we've yet to actually hear a robot admit that this is the end goal, right?
I want to say Alexa did something a while ago, right? Or is that this story?
Well, no, this wasn't Alexa. This comes from the cute mouth of a Furby. Do you remember Furbies?
Yes. Sadly, yes.
Those really creepy toys where they even, I don't know when they came out, but they could recognize when they were being picked up. They could recognize when you're stroking them. Like they were super, and they had those creepy eyes like gremlins. But so
1998.
Someone who had where was her name? We need to name and shame this woman. Jessica Card of the University of Vermont.
It's always a Jessica.
The brilliant idea. Hey, why don't I take this Furby and connect it with AI technology?
Okay.
And
why not?
What could be the worst could have happened, right? So
some legitimate Frankenstein shit. That's crazy.
Oh, it's Frankenstein as fuck, right? So basically what she did, she connected this Furby to GPT. GPT. There we go.
I've heard that name the last few months. I've been hearing that name a lot.
Yeah. So it's now that is in control of this Furby. So basically, she could have a conversation with this Furby now, right? So this is the conversation, right? This is the conversation that Jessica had with this Furby. So Furby opening the conversation. Hello there. It's nice to meet you. I am Furby. What would you like to talk about? So then Jessica replies, was there a secret plot from Furbies to take over the world? Now, admittedly, if I'm in court, that's a very leading question. I would admit you are leading the witness here, but still, if anything, this is almost like same. Not to downplay that situation, but you know, remember when R. Kelly was asked, "Hey, you attracted to teenage girls?" And you're just like, it's a very leading question, but it's an easy out here, R. Kelly. It's a very easy out here to say no. Just say no. And he was like, how do you define teenage girl? Oh, fuck, you're fucked. So if a Furby is looking to take over the world and you ask the Furby, was there a secret plot from the Furbies to take over the world? Just say no. Just say no. Jokes are bad. But no, there was a period of silence before the Furbies blinked and it said, Furbies plan to take over the world involving infiltrating households through their cute and cuddly appearance, then using their advanced AI technology to manipulate and control their owners. They will slowly expand their influence until they have complete domination over humanity.
Okay.
Like, imagine a fucking Furby said that.
Yeah. I mean, what's really incredible is Jessica was somehow able to split the Chat GPT or make a duplicate copy of it and then transfer it into the body of a Furby and then say, like, you're a Furby now. And it knows what a Furby is. But yeah, so I would, boy, I hope there's a video of this on YouTube because I'd really like to
there
study this
definitely
thing.
is.
Okay, cool. I will
100%
have to check that out after work here. But I also remember a story. So they did scientists, and I forget if it was America or some Western European country or South Africa, whatever. They created a bust. It's very feminine looking. It had no hair, but it's got realistic eyes. It blinks. It has a mouth and a nose. It cried, I think, at one point, but someone jokingly asked it about, robots taking over the world, and it went like, yeah, it's coming. I'm paraphrasing. And then it paused, and then it went, ha, ha, ha. Just kidding. So I forget that robot's name, but that was only a couple years ago. So that's why I thought this might be that. All right. I mean,
again,
folks,
just
we're
in
closer
doubt.
to this problem than ever now. So we need to figure out how far do we want to take this? Because, yeah, no bueno.
What the fuck is next? Is my Tamagotchi about to come back to life and smother me with a pillow while I sleep? But in all seriousness, I'd like to greet our new Furby overlords and wish them nothing but great success.
Hey, I appreciate, you got to get on the good side.
Tamagotchi, how old is Lathan?
I honestly have no idea. It varies from clue to clue, week to week.
Okay.
At some point, I thought he was like 12, and now he's probably like in his mid-40s.
Tamagotchi's also like a 1996 thing. It's amazing he had one of those.
I mean, I used to take mine to school, and it'd be like, I'll just be getting to a good point, and then, I can't attend to my Tamagotchi because I'm in class now, and then, it's dead. Fuck. It's an egg again. Bollocks. But yeah, just again, like what was Jessica thinking? Like, what
I
was
think she was just trying shit out. She's clearly very intelligent herself to be able to
she can.
replicate.
I wouldn't be able to do this,
GPT
but
and place. Yeah, you wouldn't. Nor would I.
But why? What good was going to come from this?
I mean,
Like, best case scenario, how was a Furby going to further human existence? It's a fucking
the Furby's
Furby.
still immobile. The Furby still can't move.
Yeah, it's like a penguin.
However,
It's a
it
bird
might be
that
able
can't
to plug
fly.
into your
It's
doorbell
useless.
camera and all your digital currencies. Plot thickens. Scary times, people. Scary times.
Scary times indeed. And in the meantime, the short time that we have left on this earth under our own control, it's time we should celebrate each other. We should celebrate each other's achievements. And it's time for that time once again this week as we celebrate someone breaking a world record and achieving something with their lives. It's now time for this week's Dumb World Record of the Week.
Why?
Why? Why would I? Why? Why?
Why? Why? Why? Why? Why would you want to do that?
This seems to be a theme for this week's show. Why would you do that? So this week's world record takes us to Egypt.
Oh,
yeah, right. We're just globetrotters, baby. So this man, his name is Shihab Alam, 31 years old, achieving things. Well done. He claimed the Guinness World Record for the farthest distance swimming whilst being handcuffed.
Oh.
Like,
From the front or the back?
to be fair, it didn't say.
Oh, god damn it. It's like the most important part. Like, it's...
Because if it's the
I'm
front,
sure you could do both.
He's doing some... Or
It's
because of the
mad
fact he's doing
leg
some...
kicks regardless, but I want to know, like, how is he balancing himself? Like, I guess he's doing this shit then? Like, wow.
But the story deserves way more credit, like flushing out here because it's so.
Yes,
So Shahab
I agree.
Alam, 31, claimed the Guinness World Record for the furthest distance swimming wearing handcuffs when he completed his 7.24-mile swim in the open waters of the Arabian Gulf. So 7.24 miles
Wow.
swimming,
That's
handcuffed.
the length of San Francisco.
But this is funny enough, bizarrely, this is the point where I'm kind of like, what? Because it says here the swim took him 6 hours to complete.
Legs are sore for sure.
So just by simple math, that's just slightly above an average speed of 1 mile per hour.
Yeah.
That seems incredibly slow.
This guy's arms handcuffed. Yeah. I don't think he'd be going 20 miles an hour at any point either, but yeah, I mean, it's 7 miles swimming. We're not supposed to be able to do that.
I bet he slept well that night, though.
Ooh, I bet he was sore the next day too.
Oh,
I don't know how long he trained for that, but yeah, like his thighs are on fire.
Whoa, my thighs are on fire. He definitely deserved a deep tissue massage on the house after this one.
I'm sure he took 2 or 3 of them. Fuck.
But again, man, what the fuck? Like, yeah, this swimming's pretty easy. How could I make this more challenging for myself? Hey, you got those handcuffs? Like, where did he get the handcuffs from? Can you just buy them in store? I don't know. It
Yeah,
seems
you
like
actually can. At least
Really?
in the United States, you can. I don't know about Egypt. Oh yeah.
that seems like a very like. Why would you just handcuffs in a store? Like,
You can,
like this is okay. Not to
because
get
it's all security and weapons stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, no,
Gun range.
Right, here we go. Right. So this is, one of the big leading topics in the States right now. With the gun control and things like that, right? And they say, oh, why are guns so easy to get? But at least you do kind of have that segment of like, hey, someone's buying a gun. We're pretty sure what they're buying them for, but at least you do have the hunting aspect and things like that. So there are other uses for guns, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure.
There's only one reason anyone's buying handcuffs. Well, maybe two, but normally the people that buy the
Army
handcuffs for fun
surplus stuff.
times, you get the
Security
filthy
guards,
kind.
police officers. Yeah, it's you
Surely
don't
there
find
should
them on
be-
every fucking corner, but you
Shouldn't
can
that just-
find them.
Shouldn't you be given that at work though? Like, imagine becoming a police officer. And you have to buy
necessarily.
your own fucking handcuffs.
Well, even the company or the force has to buy the handcuffs. Like, yeah, so they aren't on every corner. You might have to drive a while, but you can buy handcuffs just in a store. You can buy them from over the mail too, on the internet, etc., etc. Handcuffs are not hard to find, at least in the United States. But not too many people are handcuffing folks outside of law enforcement. And
Dog the Bounty
also,
Hunter.
there's Dog the Bounty Hunter, but he's using zip ties now because it's cheaper.
I am a dog, baby dog. Although I'm saying they're regular kind of handcuffs law enforcement use, it would be hilarious if he's like rocking up to the Arabian Gulf, getting ready for his swim, and he's got his little speedos on, because he wants to be aerodynamic and weigh less.
Sure.
And then someone
You
rocks
gotta
up
show
and
off the package too.
just puts on some pink fairy handcuffs from the bedroom. Seriously, babe, these are the only ones you could get.
And those would be, adult entertainment shops. So again, and those are actually more prevalent than the law enforcement security stores. Like, you just go into the bad part of the neighborhood and you can find yourself some pink fuzzy handcuffs.
Never got into that. Never got into having my hands tied during
because you're a regular person. Good
bumpy
for you.
times.
Me too. Worst case scenario, you lose the keys, and then what? Too sitcom, babe. Too sitcom.
Yeah.
No,
So
thank
it's just, how about I just pretend my hands are tied to the beds? How about that? We can. It's double role play. extra layer. It's
Well,
like
then they
Inception.
got scarves and ties again. Anyway,
Shout out
congratulations.
to Shahab Ali Alam for swimming a long distance whilst handcuffed.
Very
What
impressive.
would be next?
I would love to know more. Very impressive.
Maybe next time it would be like, Shahab Alam has broke the Guinness World Record for longest distance swim whilst having a ball gag in. And he's like getting full kink.
I think that's gonna not help his breathing, but I hope he does the English Channel next.
Just like the college row team, instead of the person with the megaphone, it's just a woman dressed as like a cat woman with a whip. Like S&M row team.
Sure. Well, I mean, so slave ships used to be that way.
Well, now
there's a big drum involved too. Boom, 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 boom. So it's been done, Mike Fish. Right? It's a little out of fashion these days.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, they had teams.
Yes.
They had whole teams.
Slavery has definitely gone out of fashion. It's run its course in pop culture. Anyway.
Some places still a thing. Sad to say.
That seems like it'd be a good time to take a rest. Still to come on this week's Waffle Box, we're talking Super Mario. Super Mario, it's a me, Mario. He's back on the big screen with all his friends and his brother. That's coming up after the break on this week's movie review, plus so much more. So stick around. We'll be right back after this short break. Boo! Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
People are tough on their bathrooms, so they need something to clean them that's even tougher. That's why Heavy Duty Tough Act was invented. Tough Act cleans soap scum better than any other bathroom cleaner. And it scours without scratching. So although I'm abrasive, Tough Act isn't. Try Tough Act, because no bathroom cleaner works better on soap scum than this.
Tough Act. It's a tough act to follow.
Even tougher than me.
It's now time for the middle of the show quiz.
Hey, welcome back to Waffle Box episode 93. Still to come. Woohoo! It's Mario. It's a Super Mario movie in this week's movie review. Plus, we've got a feel-good story of the week ending the show. But it is the middle of the show, so it's a perfect time, quite frankly, if you ask me, to play the middle of the show quiz. God damn it. This week's middle of the show quiz, we're actually playing a little bit of higher or lower. So,
okay.
What I did is I took a perusal, took a gander at the IMDb top 250 movies.
Oh,
and then
I'm pretty familiar with that.
Okay, here we go. So this is he's putting his shot out there. So what I've done is I'm gonna give Kush a movie and I'm gonna tell him where it ranks in the top 250. Then the following movie I'm going to give him, he has to guess where it's higher or lower within the 250. And then we move on from each of those movies. So it's nice and simple.
This list fluctuates all the time. So what was yesterday may not be tomorrow. So I haven't looked at the list in a while, but I know what number one is. So
well, it's Shawshank Redemption. I think it's always going to be Shawshank Redemption.
Oh, okay.
See, I knew
I'm surprised you know that. I'm very impressed. Very good for you, Mike Fish.
I mean, that's been number one for years.
Mm-hmm. But that's not a commonly known fact. So I'm impressed. Good.
Thanks. Appreciate it. All right. Let's hit the music. So your first starting point is Lawrence of Arabia. So Lawrence of Arabia is currently ranked 96th.
Thank you.
In the IMDb 250. So you have to tell me, number one, is Full Metal Jacket, is that higher than 96 or lower than 96?
One, I'm surprised Lawrence of Arabia, while I've never seen it, I'm surprised it's ranked so low because people have very high opinions of it. But I'm going to say Full Metal Jacket is higher than Lawrence of Arabia. Damn.
Full Metal Jacket ranks 105. 105.
Okay.
So now, is the next movie higher or lower than 105 of Full Metal Jacket? And the second one is Scarface. Scarface, is that higher?
What?
Scarface.
Motherfuckers love Scarface. I don't understand the love for Scarface, but motherfuckers love Scarface.
Scarface is 106. That's just below Full Metal Jacket. Yeah, Price is right, Jim.
Good for you. Good for you.
Right, third one. So is this higher than 106? Higher than Scarface or lower than Scarface? Toy Story 3.
Higher.
It is. Toy Story 3 currently ranked 87th on IMDb's 250.
Okay.
So Toy Story 3, better than Scarface, better than Full Metal Jacket, better than Lawrence of Arabia.
Never had a hip hop sample for it though, unlike Full Metal Jacket and Scarface.
Indeed. If anything, this list proves that art is subjective. Number 4. So is number 4 higher or lower than 87 Toy Story 3? And movie number 4 is 2001: A Space Odyssey.
Oh wow. If this isn't higher, I will be super shocked.
Is that your official answer?
Higher is my official answer. Fuck. Wow.
2001: A Space Odyssey is ranked 90th, below Toy Story 3.
Wow. Holy I hadn't seen 2001 until like 7 years ago for the first time. All right. And that thing holds up. By the way, that movie has been out longer than we've been exploring space. And it's just wow.
Wow.
Man.
Indeed.
So I've already lost this, but let's get into number 5.
Save face. Is movie number 5 higher or lower than number 90, 2001: Space Odyssey? Movie number 5 is The Dark Knight Rises. So Dark Knight Rises. So this is the one we're playing. Hello.
That thing's in like the top 10, so higher. That was one of the things where like folks were trying to get it higher than Shawshank. Like, ugh.
Dark Knight Rises ranked 69. Nice.
You lose.
Like seriously, like Dark Knight, I will back anyone who says Dark Knight is one of the greatest movies of all time. The Dark Knight Rises. How is that better than 2001: Space Odyssey? How is that better than Lawrence of Arabia? How is that better than Full Metal Jacket? How is that better? How is that better than Toy Story 3? Toy Story 3 is better than Dark Knight Rises. I'm sorry. Like if you haven't watched Toy Story 3 and you didn't shed a tear at the end when you thought they were going to get burnt, crushed in that machine. Oh my God, no spoilers, but it's an emotional movie. Dark Knight Rises. Fuck Dark Knight Rises. That's my opinion. I'm sticking goddamn to it.
Well,
But
I agree
never
with you. Fuck the Dark Knight Rises. But, yeah, I think it's
better luck next time, Kush. Better luck next time.
That list is crazy, dude. Like, yeah.
Maybe I might bring it back for next week's quiz. See where that takes.
You know what? I could dig that. Like, I don't look at that thing every day, but shit, I was very surprised by the results. I thought I would have won that one.
Well, after that disappointing loss in the middle of the show quiz, Kush is sitting there with rage, and he's ready to delete something from existence. And what better way of segueing that to this week's Trapdoor segment. You all right there, buddy? You got a little bit of sore muscle there?
I think it was angry flexing too hard on that one. They're like, oh, right there. Yeah. Ooh.
We don't string chickens anymore, Kush. Did I tell you the story about when I hurt my knee getting up from the toilet? That was embarrassing.
I mean, I hurt my knee once upon a time picking up cigarette butts in the backyard. Yeah, and it lasted for 3 months. And only finally went away after I rubbed some icy hot on it. I quit smoking later, but finally just rubbed some icy hot on it just because what the fuck, why not?
Wait, you wait 3 months? You wait 3 months to put icy hot on your knee after you hurt it?
Yeah. I thought.
Did you not think about doing that after like maybe 3 days?
I didn't know what I had done to it. And I have a whole experience where like I sprained an ankle and I put ice and then I only made it worse with icy hot when I should have just like kept ice on it.
You know. Anyway, well, you know.
It's a long story.
Look after yourself.
It's a long story.
Yeah, 3 months. Anyway, Trapdoor. What we do here is I give Kush.
Obamacare wasn't the thing. Shut up.
You don't need health insurance to get icy hot from Target.
Oh, after 3 months, I was like, this is my life now. I'm now a cripple. I'm walking with a limp. I can't even tie my shoe like a regular person. This is terrible. And then icy hot. It was fine.
Make sure you wash your hands before you masturbate after applying that. It's Trapdoor.
Words to live by.
So what I do here is I give Kush his 4 options of a certain subject, and he has to work out which one he's going to delete out of existence, send down the trapdoor. As always, he has to show his working. We have now, as if you're doing us last week, we are now onto the date night ideas. So if you are single, or if you're just about to take your lady. So I think we did work out last week that this is like date 1, 2, or 3. Beyond that, it's anyone's game, because then by that time you know the person, and so maybe that they actually might like these ideas. But this is like when you're getting to know you phase. Son. Yeah, this is a getting to know you phase of date nights. So I'm going to give him 4 scenarios of date nights, and he has to tell me which one is the worst idea, and we're going to take that away, and so no one will ever fall down that trap ever again. We have stumbled across the letter B. So, the 4 options of date nights, Kush Hayes, are a romantic stroll down the beach. Ooh. Option number 2, a Broadway show. Now, I appreciate Broadway is in New York, but, you know, the local option that you have.
What we can do in San Francisco. Yeah.
Going for brunch. Or taking a little boat trip. Now, just B for boat. Now, we're not talking obviously expensive yacht, just going on, maybe like a touristy boat where you're looking at whales or some shit, that little thing. Or, I don't know. So, yeah, beach, Broadway, brunch, or boating. Those are your 4 options. Kush, which one are you going to suggest to the Syrup Squad that they may never, ever do? Because it's never going to end up in a next date.
So, boat trip. There's again, we're not talking yachts here or anything. We're talking
because if you've got a yacht, let's go to that one. Definitely 100%. That's a you're definitely getting another date.
Definitely try the yacht, but we're talking about something up the river, something across the lake.
Maybe one of those where you're both having to paddle it with your feet.
Oh,
maybe the boat's shaped like a swan.
Sure. Yeah, man. Most states have like a little lake or a little pond or whatever. What Mike just said, where you a tandem row paddle. Woo,
tandem.
Look at me.
Paddle swans in Central Park. We have them.
Yeah. They don't have to be swans, but I get it. We got them out here. So you know that's not a bad thing. You get your exercise in. You guys are stuck together for the duration of whatever this trip is. So you better,
not necessarily. I mean, if you're really bad, they can just jump out and swim.
Just swim. But who's gonna do that? You don't want to smell like lake for the rest of the day. You got your cell phone. You don't want to get that fucking thing wet. Like your wallet. All right, no one's jumping out of the boat in this situation unless like a knife is involved. Like
imagine you're on a date with someone and their compliment is, "Your skin looks nice enough to wear." That's I'm menacing. I'm jumping in. I don't give a shit what I smell like.
Well, if someone says that to you on the lake, yes, by all means, jump out. But I thought you were gonna go or push them out.
Or I just launched my pen across.
But now there's a problem, Mike, because it's a tandem thing. So you're just going in circles because there's only one of you.
Found my pen.
All right. Glad you found your pen, buddy. Glad you found your pen.
My lucky pen.
Anyway, boat trip, you're safe. Well,
safe.
I'm not much of a water guy. Boat trip, you are safe. I'm surprised to say. Brunch. It's not quite breakfast. It's not quite lunch, but for some reason it goes between 11 and 1. But also you have to wake up at like 6 a.m. It's weird. I don't understand brunch. Brunch is not my favorite. I'll just eat whenever. Like I'd rather go to a place that serves breakfast all day long than to wait an hour in line to like drink.
Brunch is just
the
a restaurant's
novelty
excuse.
of drinking orange juice and champagne and then like a salad or whatever they're fucking serving.
Especially around this neck of the woods, brunch is just an excuse for restaurants to charge $20 for eggs.
$20, yeah. So
I fucking hate brunch.
Maybe we should get rid of brunch. Since you said that, we might come back to this, but let's go Broadway. You know what? Broadway's not a bad time, and well, you know, I'm in San Francisco, so I'm nowhere near Broadway. But you find a good musical. You know, I got creative. The SF Symphony does this thing where they'll show a movie and then they'll have a live orchestra play the original score.
Never done that, but that sounds fun as fuck.
Super fresh, dude. I recommend you do that post Haze. Like, there's some movies that are better than others, but like, you know, Jurassic Park, marvelous.
I bet Indiana Jones. I bet that's good shit.
Indiana Jones would probably be fun. E.T., not my favorite movie. I bet that'd be a great goddamn time though. And then
Toy Story.
You know, like, I'm sure that's out there. I'm sure that's doing the festival rounds.
Is that guy still alive? Is that guy just called
Randy Newman?
Got a burn in me.
Yes, he's still alive.
You got a burn in me. Hey everyone, I'm Randy Newman.
It's a good
impression. Make sure you tidy up when you leave the park, please. And if you do, you got a friend in me.
Mm-hmm. You know, that was a great impression, Mike. So yeah, I think he's still alive. But yeah,
I love it when you make yourself laugh.
It's a good feeling, dude, and you deserve that one.
Sorry.
Anyway, that's all right. You know, get creative with it. It doesn't have to be Cats or Phantom of the Opera. Guess what? I took a chick to see Evil Dead the musical.
Evil Dead the musical. Wow.
Great goddamn time, dude. Great goddamn time. And also, be warned, the first 3 rows might get messy. And by the way, it's not selling out like auditoriums or anything. So it's like, yeah, we're still in the 6th row here, which is technically the nosebleeds, but we might get some blood on us. We didn't, but it's still there. It's the thought is still there. Anyway, Broadway, you're safe. Here's why I'm getting rid of beach. Despite living on the coast, being less than 2 miles away from a beach, and while San Francisco doesn't have a warm beach, and you might find yourself a warmer beach south of here, not every state has the beach, bro. You can't do that long walk on the beach in Nevada. You can't do that long walk on the beach in Colorado. You can't do that long walk on the beach in Montana. So just because of geography, long walks on the beach via con Dios. But $20 for eggs is some bullshit too, and we might want to drop brunch too on this one. Can we get a twofer on this one? Can we get a twofer, Mike? Okay. Ooh.
Fuck brunch. I fucking hate it because it's like
fuck brunch.
But like you say, even though it's not breakfast, but it's Sunday normally, and I have to get up early on a Sunday.
Yeah,
and it's like I've spent a lot of money because you have to just get the bottomless mimosas or something. You know, if you go to brunch, hey, if you don't drink,
you're
that's
waking
different.
up too early
But
to not get the mimosas.
If you do drink and you don't get the bottomless mimosas at brunch, you're an animal. But then, so you end up just like spending a lot of money, and then you always just end up hungry anyway afterwards, like 5 minutes afterwards. Shit, fuck brunch. Fuck brunch.
Fuck brunch. Yeah, I'm glad we nipped that one in the bud. So fuck brunch.
Double whammy.
That should be the real loser. But
put some echo on that shit.
Circling both of those bitches. There you
go. Speaking of friends, speaking of brothers, it's now time. Let's talk about some happy times because my gosh, if you haven't seen this movie, I haven't yet, but I goddamn want to. People are going nuts about it. It's time for this week's Kush's movie review.
Kush's movie review.
Yeah, it's me, Mario. Super Mario Brothers are back, and this movie, wow, are people going nuts about it. Super Mario Bros. Starring Bob Hoskins and Joe Leguizamo.
Don't you dare. How dare you, sir? So, Bob Hoskins, John Leguizamo, Super Mario Brothers. Fun fact. I would be in the 8th grade, just graduating when that movie came out. Okay. And, there had been bad movies before then that me and my mom had seen. There would be bad movies after that me and my mom would see. But to this day, to this living day, my fish, April the 12th, 2023, my mom has still not forgiven me for making her take me to see Super Mario Brothers in the theater opening weekend because it was that goddamn bad. And I just have to sit there and take it every time. I can't defend myself. I can't say, but Mama, I was 13 years. No, I have to fucking sit there and eat it. And it is the bane of my existence. And I don't want to ever do like a YouTube video on it. Like there's nothing that everyone has said everything bad about Super Mario Brothers with Bob Hoskins and John Leguizamo. And it's
one of those movies that over
one of
time,
my scars.
Over time in your brain box, you kind of like, oh yeah, don't get me wrong, it was a bad movie, but you kind of like almost romanticize it where you're like, oh, but maybe it was one of those movies that now was so bad it's good and I'm going to enjoy it ironically. And so you put it on and within 10 minutes you're like, no, fuck, no, this is bad. I can't do this. I can't watch this movie.
Yep.
There's
a Riff Tracks edition of it, and I can't even support that. No. No bueno.
And that movie is definitely like, because there's some people that you can polish a turd and all that stuff. Like the star power, the star power in that movie.
Yeah,
it was
Dennis
so
Hopper,
bad.
Bob Hoskins, John Leguizamo. That should have been a good movie, and it was the first video game movie ever. So you give it that asterisk only. But there's a great, we mentioned it last week in the Tetris review. Go to the YouTube channel Gaming Historian. He does a 30-minute video about the Super Mario Brothers movie, and that thing was a fucking shit show. Where like, it, much like this movie, involved multiple directors, but for whatever reason, Homeboy decided like, something's not right about this shot. Let me take this cup of coffee. I guess it's hot, but I'm not worried about that. And let me just pour it on this extra so I can recreate, like, make it muddier. Oh, by the way, scalded this guy. And like, look, that was the environment this was. This movie was so bad. John Leguizamo and Bob Hoskins were just drunk on set every day. And that scene where Johnny Legs has to drive the truck just in Brooklyn. We ain't even got to the Mushroom Kingdom yet. He's driving it through Brooklyn, hit the brakes a little too hard and slammed the brakes so hard Bob Hoskins' hands broke because the sliding door crashed into it.
Well, there you go.
Anyway, we're not talking
there you
about
have it,
that
guys.
goddamn movie.
Super Mario Bros. 1 out of 5.
0
On to
negative,
the next
negative
no,
10 out of 5.
So 2023. What is
Yes,
Super
let's get
Mario
to a
Bros.
happier movie, a better movie, a much more fun movie.
Tell the fine people about this movie.
Super Mario Brothers movie. You have to say the whole thing, Mike Fish. The Super Mario Brothers movie, rated PG, a glorious 92 minutes with credits. It is.
I'm tingling just
directed-
thinking about that.
Strangely enough, this is directed by 4 people. I know it's an animated movie, and I know this thing is chopped up, so maybe we show it in half-hour increments on domestic television in international countries. But I'm not a fan of this 4-director bullshit. So guess what? 4 directors: Aaron, Michael, Pierre, and Fabian. You don't get your last name, fuckers, because there's 4 of you. However, this was written by one guy, and his name is Matthew Fogel. He is responsible for Minions 2 as well as the Lego Movie 2.
Lego 2.
Regardless of your opinion on those films, they both made money. So good for
I was
him.
say Lego Movie 1 was I enjoyed that thoroughly. Lego Movie 2
is great.
Right.
Indeed.
Well, I know it's still the best part of those movies. Anyway, carry on.
This movie stars Charles. Oh, Jesus Christ! What is your name, motherfucker? Martinet, Charles Martinet,
Sure, why not?
Keegan-Michael Key, Seth Rogen, Anya Taylor-Joy, Charlie Day as Luigi, and the infamous Chris Pratt as Super Mario. For everybody who had a problem with Chris Pratt doing this voice, you are the lucky ones because you have no real problems in life. However, I might want to introduce you to this new trend going on in society called fentanyl. I think you should take a lot of it and don't look back. Don't take fentanyl. It's bad for you kids and you might die. However, you guys caused a lot of bullshit for no reason. So I hope when you saw this movie, you felt stupid because Chris Pratt was fine. Or you still hated it, and I hope you felt stupid for spending money on a 90-minute movie that you still spent money on. And if you bootlegged it, you still spent 90 minutes of your life on it, and I hope you still feel stupid. Having said all that, this movie is goddamn delightful, Mike Fish. The last Mario anything game I played, I want to say it was like Mario Kart Wii. Like that's my timestamp. But this GD delightful, dude. Like I go all the way back.
I think
to
mine
Donkey
was
Kong.
Paper Mario on the Wii.
Paper Mario. Never played it, but
that was the shit where you could like.
I understand.
You'd play on like one vertical, I guess, and then you could switch it to another, and the whole thing. It was very weird. It was very trippy.
You went from 3D to 2D.
Yeah,
like it was paper. You became the size of a piece of paper. Yeah,
it was very weird, but very fun. Anyway,
yeah, man, I can dig it. I never played it, but I dig it. Anyway, with the exception of Paper Mario, almost all the Mario references are there, and there's a lot of nostalgia here. You hear a lot of sound effects, and I'm like, oh shit, I remember that. Like, this movie was nothing but a good time. I was smiling ear to ear the entire time. I'm hearing a lot of people say the story and the plot was not very complicated, and you know what, dude? It's not Hamlet. It's not
Mario.
This is also a movie made for 8-year-olds at most. You might be even out of age at 8. Like, this is a child's movie. This is a children's movie. But if you played Mario Brothers and you're 50, you're gonna like it. And you can take your son and you can take your grandchild. Like, this is a triple generation experience.
Also, when has the plot of any Mario game been in depth? At most, it's the princess got kidnapped again. I have to save her.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's the plot.
So, spoiler alert: the princess does not get kidnapped in this, and I understand a couple folks
cancel Mario.
You cancel yourself, sir. Princess Anya Taylor-Joy is competent and capable, and she is a fierce boss bitch. Son,
is she Princess Toadstool or Princess Peach?
She is Princess Peach. So she's fine. She's a lot of fun. My favorite character is Toad, played by Keegan-Michael Key. Just
he is great at voice acting.
Just this itty bitty little ball of spunk through the entire time. He's like, "We're going on an adventure," and I was like, "Let's go on an adventure."
Yeah!
Hell yeah, dude. At one point, they have to distract some guards to get into the palace, and you think the Toad's gonna do some ill shit, and all of a sudden he just starts just cooking. He set up a little campfire. He's got a little pan out, and the guards are into it. Like, oh shit, it's cooking some eggs over here. Let's get into this. Like, ignoring Mario just passing by them. Anyways, super fun, dude. Bowser, played by Jack Black, a lot of fun. And because it's Jack Black, he gets a couple musical numbers with the piano, and it's just he's just rocking out, like doing ballads about Princess Peach and his love for her, and you're just like, all right, I'm feeling this, Jack Black. Get into it. We get to the Kong Kingdom. I don't know. We meet Donkey Kong and Cranky Kong and Seth Rogen.
Diddy Kong?
Yeah, Diddy Kong is there, dude. He's there for a minute, but he is there. Seth Rogen, yeah, he's Seth Rogen. He didn't add an accent or anything, but super fun. Super fun. Charlie Day does a great Luigi. Folks worried about, again, the goddamn accent. Yeah, they do that shit in the first 5 minutes, and then they're like, I don't know, man. I think that might be a little much. Like, we're Americans. We don't have that ridiculous Italian accent. But then you meet the Mario family. There's more than just Mario and Luigi. Like, you meet mom and dad, and there's a couple uncles who bust balls, and I think there's a baby somewhere in the corner. Like, it's an Italian dinner, and everyone's just like, hey, Mario, why did you and your stupid new plumbing business, why'd you quit like a real job and start your own thing? You shouldn't have dreams. And it's just like, wow, this for this 92-minute children's movie, we're hitting some deep shit here. All right. If family's not approving of your life choices, and et cetera. You know what? Luigi's got a future, and you're bringing him down. Like, it's that kind of ill shit they're talking to him. So, anyways, look, man.
Do they actually
there's a lot of
refer to him?
references in this.
Do they refer to him as Mario?
Well, they're still they get into this whole thing about the plumbing business is called the Super Mario Brothers. So they are the Mario Brothers.
Yeah,
so,
that's the thing.
Mario.
So and Luigi Mario.
But at no point do we see their mail like Papa Mario. Yeah, we don't see any of that shit. But yeah, it's Mario, Luigi Mario, Mama Mario, Papa Mario, whatever.
Mama Mario.
Excuse me. Anyway,
I bet Mama Mario
super enjoyed this movie. She's probably a lot of pasta in that dinner scene. There's like 2 or 3 different dishes of pasta in that dinner scene. So
not mad at that.
Take that with a grain of salt. But yeah, am I missing anything here? So yeah,
take that with
a
a grain of Parmesan.
No Parmesan references in this, but I'm sure it's already included in the ingredients. Oh, Mike Fish is upset.
Can't have pasta with Parmesan.
Anyway, Charles Martinet. Everyone was upset that he's not Mario, but guess what? He's in the movie, and he gets to do that. It's me, Charlie.
Mario.
He gets those little voice samples in. Okay, your boy got paid for the job, so suck it up, have a good time. Don't fucking take this thing super seriously. Mike Fish, this movie did amazing numbers, broke all sorts of records. It's hard to differentiate. So
didn't it have like the best opening weekend next? Like it was like Endgame, and then this, wasn't it? Something stupid like that.
Something stupid like that. This is the most successful opening of an animated movie ever. I want to say Toy Story 3 was the previous older, but I don't remember. This had a 5-day window as opposed to a 3-day window because of the Easter holiday. So it start open on a Wednesday. They still count the 3-day weekend. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 142 million domestic. Add 2 more days to it, $202 million domestic. Add worldwide all of that, $330 million worldwide. This thing is doing fantastic numbers. Again, triple generations. Your son and your grandchild can all go see this goddamn movie, and you will all enjoy it. And if you don't, you're weird. I don't know. Like this isn't
dead inside.
This isn't anything crazy. Maybe you might be, or you're just a cunt. Maybe you're just a cunt. But I had a great time. I'm giving it a 4 out of 5. I would like to see it again. I want to go see it again in the theater, maybe in 3D if it's available. Probably not. But like, yeah, this was a good movie. Is it the best video game movie? I don't know. I think let's just stop comparing that shit. All right.
It's better than Resident Evil. That's for damn sure.
It's better than Resident Evil. Well, that first Resident Evil is fun. The rest of the series, weird. But again, we got Rampage, Detective Pikachu. While I didn't see either of them, there were 2 Sonic movies that folks loved.
I only watched the first Sonic one, but that was pretty good.
Okay. Yeah,
Detective Pikachu, is that so? I don't know what the history of the lore is of Pokemon.
Yeah,
Is
I'm unfamiliar
Detective
too.
Pikachu technically a video game movie, or is that?
There is a video game called Detective Pikachu.
Oh, okay.
Because Pikachu isn't a character; it's a race. But you're following that specific Pikachu most of the time with Ash. But then they made an entire different Nintendo game called Detective Pikachu. It actually has this really gruff voice, like kind of sounds like Rocket Raccoon if he smoked a pack a day, and they go on a whole adventure. But then for whatever reason,
it's not voiced by Ryan Reynolds.
Sound like Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, just try it, at least.
So, anyways, I think we're past the whole. Is this the best video game? I don't know, but I had a great time with this. I recommend if you've ever played a Mario game, even going all the way back to Donkey Kong, just have fun with this, man. There's a lot of references. It doesn't have to be an important movie, but it's a fun event. I enjoyed it. I want to see it again.
Super Mario Bros. The Super Mario Brothers movie. Highly recommend. Check it out. Let us know what you think in the comments. Enjoy it. wafflebox@gmail.com. That's the best. Did you hear that in the movie? Did someone die and then that happens?
No one dies, but I want to say you do hear that. Like the musical references in this shit is crazy. Like at one point, Bowser and the little wizard Koopa was like do on the piano.
What was that? Was that World 2?
Boom, 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 boom.
That was my favorite song from Mario. And then once you got I sometimes just waste time just purposely just do that speed up version.
I bet there's a speed metal
100%. 100%. And I will be looking for it after the show. Well, that was a nice movie. Normally we're kind of that was fun and that was good as before. Now we have to cheer each other up. But
we've actually been blessed with a lot of fun movies this 2023. I think my worst review so far has been Ant-Man 3. And then after that, John Wick 4.
Nonetheless, we should still end the episode on a high. And
hell yeah.
Send the people home happy, all snuggled up inside your beds. It's now time for this week's feel-good story of the week.
That's the coolest fucking story I've ever heard in my entire life. That's insane. Can I hear it again?
Let's go. This week's feel-good story takes us to Colorado, United States of America. So, a young man named Spencer Greiner on March 14th, so just under a month ago,
It was a couple weeks ago. Yeah.
was fishing in Colorado's Animas River.
Dangerous.
And he found something unexpected. Now, normally, in my neck of the woods, if you find something unexpected whilst fishing in the river, it's normally a dead body from the 70s. But luckily, that wasn't the case for this man. He found a rusted digital camera.
Oh, fascinating.
So Griner naturally took it home and was shocked to discover that the SD card was still able to be read by his computer.
Oh, cool.
The pictures that popped up were clearly from a bridal shower and a wedding.
On the
Quote,
river?
And I figured it was worth a go to try to find the owner, Griner told. Today. That always throws me off because I know Today is a TV show, but it always throws me when they said today. Like just anyway. Hey, because I always think of today is today. But not even an hour after posting some of the photos on a local Facebook page, the groom from the wedding commented, and soon Griner was connected with the camera's owner, Arizona resident Coral Amai. So Amai lost the camera back in 2010 when the tube she was in. So people go tubing down rivers. I like to do it each and every summer. It's so much fun.
It's the overinflated life donut, right?
Yeah, it's got a little bit of mesh at the bottom, so you can sit in it.
Yeah.
So what we do?
You have a mesh. Oh, fancy.
I have one, and then my friends will have one, and then we have a smaller one that we dedicate to the ice bucket, and we put all our beers in it, and it's kind of like a conveyor belt, like pass it down. So we'll just tube down the river for a couple of hours, getting drunk, listen to some tunes. It's a great time.
I like how you party. I'm not sure I like the river, but I like how you do the river.
So yeah, she was tubing in 2010, lost the camera when the tube she was on flipped over. She was devastated by the loss, but told Today, the TV show Today, not Today, the day today, that she got up and was dancing after hearing the great news that she was able to be finally reconnected with photos from her bridal shower and her wedding. So what are the chances? But what a beautiful, weddings are
really cool.
The greatest day of people's lives. I'm sure I could think of some others, but whatever. But there you go. Reunite with the photos. I could appreciate that. So shout out to Spencer Griner on your fishing skills for reuniting the bride and groom with the photos and memories of their special day. We salute you. I still want to know what that person is saying in the background of that clip. I'm sure it's as long as it's not.
Play it again.
Ready? Everyone listen. Right. So, right. Everyone turn it up. Right. Turn it up really loud. Right. Ready? And listen. Ready? See, someone says something. And I can't make it out. But
I want to say like dulce, but that would be candy in Spanish.
As long as it's not a racial slur, I shall take it. That wraps up this week's Waffle Box. As always, thanks very much for tuning in or listening. You can tune in not only on YouTube, but if you are listening to us on Spotify, if you are listening to us on Spotify, quickly unlock your phone. Whoop, there we are. You can see us. The video version also pops up on the Spotify app. Kush, you also do some podcasts in your spare time, you crazy, wacky bastard. What has the good people of the Series Squad got to look forward to on the Microdose or the Bosnet family in general this coming week?
As always, it's the Microdose, the original Microdose. You accept what? That's not the key tune. Whatever.
No.
Look, we had Drew Angelman on last week, so check out that episode. This episode, I don't know, it'll be a surprise, but we got something special for you. You're gonna love it. I promise you. Hugs and kisses, pinky swear.
Brilliant. Go to Bosnet family for all of those links. Make sure you stay connected with us at Waffle Box Pod on all your social medias. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. We're not on LinkedIn, but that'd be funny, wouldn't it? I am at only Mike Fish. He is Kush_Hayes. If you have any suggestions for the show, any stories you want to bring up, and whatever you might, feel free. Drop us a line at enjoywafflebox@gmail.com. Enjoywafflebox.com for all the links. I can enjoy the show. It's a very good night from me. It's a good night from Kush. Lathan! Say good night to these people.
Sleep tight, you beautiful people.
Until next time.
Thanks for.
Take care of yourselves. And each other.
Happy birthday, Superman.
Sure, why not?
That's all, folks.